Focus 1000, in partnership with ACF, has wrapped up a workshop referred to as Scaling Up Nutrition for Growth Progress Assessment, meant to look into government commitments with regard to financial allocation to nutrition and food security in the country. Speaking at the program, the National Coordinator for the Scaling Up Nutrition Secretariat, Dr. Mohammed Fo, said Nutrition for Growth is a very special initiative and described it as one of the critical drivers of economic growth and diversity. He further said the causes of malnutrition is multi-sectoral and that there will be a need to coordinate budgets for food and nutrition security in the country.
What we are saying here today is to further underscore that nutrition is one of the critical drivers of economic growth and poverty reduction, making it a key component of promoting stability and security, building human and economic capacity through improved learning and productivity, and contributing to a robust, capable workforce. Again, because the causes of malnutrition are multi-sectorial, the multifactorial aspect of it does not hinge on government alone, but rather calls on the community of stakeholders to come together. Because we've been together, and since we signed up to Nutrition for Growth, and because of our multi-sectorality, multi-partnership, we successfully reduced the stunting rate from 34.1 to 28.8. We need to applaud for that.
The Director of Food and Nutrition at the Ministry of Health and Sanitation, Madam Aminata Shamit Kuruma, said that about 36% coverage has been given to malnutrition issues in the country. But so far, they have been able to increase this number to 60% and hope that come next year, the number would have been moved to 70%. She said, nutrition issues are not limited to the agricultural sector, but it also has to do with the line ministries. Madam Aminata Shamit Kuruma emphasized the need for more sensitization.
Sensitive. In the Ministry of Health, towards achieving these commitments, we have the mother-to-mother support groups, which is the preventive of malnutrition. We've scaled up from 3,000 to 6,000 support groups all over the country, and a support group consists of between 10 to 15 mothers in all the children. And we also developed the ISDF strategy, that's the infant and young child feeding or infant and young child nutrition strategy. And at this moment we're working on the guidelines to implement the strategy. And in terms of treatment for acute malnutrition, we were 36% coverage. And now we are 50%, and our goal is to get to 70% by the end of next year. This is to give increased coverage so that mothers can access the PHUs. Because if you don't have an OTP service where you live, this is going to be very difficult for mothers. So right now we're at 50% and working very hard to reach 70% by the end of next year. And also, while we're working towards 70% by the end of next year, we're also working on the quality of the service, and that's to improve the treatment aspects of the malnutrition in the country.
On his part, Al-Hassan Kamara, the Deputy Chairman, Committee of Health in the House of Parliament, said that they as lawmakers have been working effectively to create a committee that will set up a budget scrutiny before the end of the year, and their oversight work has been ongoing in ensuring that ministries carry out responsibilities and work in accordance with budget allocated to them.
As a committee in Parliament and as a House of Parliament, we have been engaging in working through as to how we could effectively and efficiently create an entity within Parliament itself that will be able to do thorough budget scrutiny during the end of the financial year. As a result, Parliament has established a budget office that will run through till 2018 to tackle some of these challenges that MDs are facing, that is ministries, departments and agencies, in terms of budget inadequacies and meeting their budget targets and allocations. As a committee, we have been doing our oversight work, making sure that ministries carry out their functions and that they judiciously expend the monies being allocated to their ministries and the purpose for which they are being allocated are met.
In 2014, the government of Sierra Leone successfully created a budget line for nutrition within the budget of the Ministry of Health and Sanitation, entailed food and nutrition, and dedicated to nutrition-specific activities implemented by the Directorate of Food and Nutrition. The budget line includes 4 categories of activities: promoting infant and young child feeding, and food hygiene, promoting micronutrient fortification and food supplementation, advocacy for scaling up nutrition, and coordination and improving identification, monitoring, and growth systems. It is no exaggeration that Sierra Leone still had serious problems with food security, and until government and civil society organizations take the issue seriously, many people, especially children, are far from having a balanced diet. For Star News in Freetown, Adamasila reporting.